24 hours. That's all I've got. 24 hours to somehow build a fully working VR donut shop. My first ever VR game, by the way, starting from absolutely nothing. People said it couldn't be done. They called it madness. And honestly, staring at this blank project file with the timer already taunting me, I think they might be onto something. This is either gonna be a delicious sweet success or just a sticky, sprinkle-covered mess. What the fuck have I done? So welcome. You're about to witness what might just be the most ambitious and, let's be real, completely unhinged project I've ever tackled. One day, one VR donut shop, and my first real dive into virtual reality game development. So, why a donut shop for my first VR game, you ask? Well, who doesn't love donuts, right? And VR is such a cool, hands-on way to bring that to life. Imagine actually grabbing a donut, dunking it in glaze, and carefully placing it in a little box. That's the dream, right? The 24-hour limits? Well, that's the nightmare I willingly signed up for, all to push my creative limits. My initial plan for the gameplay is, well, it's a bit much, especially for VR newbie. I'm picturing buttons that spawn donuts, a sprinkle dispenser built right into the wall where you have to physically hold the donut underneath. I want donut boxes that give you that satisfying snap when you fill them with your 4 creations. An order list showing the next 3 orders to keep the heat on. And instead of just a delivery button, you place the filled box on a windowsill. It will disappear, and that's how an order gets submitted. Sounds simple, doesn't it? The clock's already ticking, so let's dive in. Alright, the timer is officially on. First things first, gotta get the basic VR controls up and running with the kitchen I quickly designed. But don't worry, later in the video you'll see the way better finished version of the kitchen. Thankfully, I already have a stunning donut in the box a friend of mine created for me. He's way better at 3D modeling, and designing those crucial assets was very important for me. There's this weird, calm before the storm feeling right now. Optimism is surprisingly high. I've got my gritty determination, and hey, I've successfully imported my friend's awesome donut model. Small victories, people, small victories. That's how it all begins. The whole point is making things you can physically interact with. That's where the real fun in VR is. Okay, 2 hours are already over, and that calm didn't last long. I decided to tackle the sprinkle dispenser next. The basic idea was straightforward enough. Set up some particles in the collider, so when the donut enters the collider, it checks the tag and now which sprinkles to apply. You know, pipes in a wall, holding a donut underneath, and a magical shower of sprinkles. Sound delightful, doesn't it? Well, even with a simpler conceptual setup, getting it perfectly implemented under the 24-hour gun was where the challenge hit. For what felt like ages, sprinkles were flying literally everywhere except consistently onto the donut. They were defying gravity, facing through walls, and, oh yeah, occasionally crashing the entire system. The panic is definitely starting to bubble up. There were moments I was just staring blankly at the screen, wondering if I would just pivot to a bagel shop. No sprinkles on bagels, much simpler. But no, we have to soldier on. The dream of a perfectly sprinkled VR donut is just too powerful to give up on. With the sprinkles mostly under control and 9 hours into the project, it's time for the donut boxes and that windowsill delivery system. I really want these boxes to feel good. 4 slots, and when you place the donut, it snaps satisfyingly onto position. The satisfying click is super important. Then, getting the box onto the windowsill to trigger the order check. The coding for the snapping logic and the windowsill interaction proving to be another absolute beast. Donuts are clipping through the box, sometimes falling right through it, or even worse, launching themselves into the sky. That initial burst of energy has definitely worn off, and the sheer mountain of work still ahead is hitting me hard. Time's just vanishing, and my once clean desk now looks like a small hurricane blew through. I'm trying to spare you the technical coding bits and focus on the journey, but trust me, there's a lot of silent, sometimes not so silent battling with the lines of code happening over here. We are officially past the halfway mark and neck deep into the pure panic phase. I only have 10 hours left to finish the game. Like I said, I want to redesign the kitchen, because, let's be honest, the old kitchen gets the job done, but doesn't look like an actual one. When you play the game, you should feel like a chef in a real kitchen, and that's just not the case currently. I suck at 3D modeling, and therefore never did it in previous projects, but I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. I'm still a complete beginner at this, but it was a fun experience. Maybe I'll try modeling more in future projects. To make it feel like an actual shop, I've added an order list that constantly shows the next 3 donut combinations. This definitely cranks up the pressure. Remember that windowsill delivery? I had an idea while coding it. What if text appeared in the horizon telling you if the order was correct, and if so, how long it took you? This could make it really addictive, pushing you to get a better high score. That's it. I only have 3 hours left and my brain officially feels like scrambled eggs. Every single line of code is a fight. I'm frantically trying to correct all the game-breaking bugs while also trying to cram in those last few touches. The things that might just crank this from a janky tech demo into something that actually resembles a game. The snapping donut boxes are working, most of the time. The sprinkle dispenser is, well, let's call it sprinkle distribution artist, and the order system and its horizon feedback are actually creating some pretty fun tension. It's just a frantic, desperate race against the ticking clock. Will any of this actually work when the timer finally hits 0? Who knows? And that's it. 24 hours. Done. Finished. Cooked. I'm so incredibly tired. But look, we have a game. Or at the very least something that looks suspiciously like one. Let's jump in and see if this VR donut shop can actually, shop some donuts. Okay, here we are. Wow, the sprinkle pipes are generous. Holding the donut under. Ah yes, sprinkles acquired. Awesome. Now into the box. Snap 1, snap 2. Hey, it's actually working. The order list is up and demanding chocolate donut with blue sprinkles. Okay, challenge accepted. Box filled. Now over to the windowsill and it's gone. Order correct. Okay, not a new high score, but quite a good time. It's chaotic. It's definitely a bit janky, but honestly, it's actually kind of fun. I can see how trying to beat your own time could get pretty addictive. I'm currently trying to make this an actual game, which you can then play by yourself. Updates are coming soon. If you enjoyed this chaos of my first VR development, press the like button and subscribe for more of my coding adventures. Let me know in the comments what crazy challenge do you think I should take on next.